Well, there's a stereotype out all the time.
Hey, the Model Train Outsider, the Maryland Outsider, a knight of the Round Boy Table in one of the royal carriages known as my daughter's Dodge Journey. And joining us today is Sir Kyan, who can't look at screens too much. He gets sick in cars if he looks at screen too much. And Joyce is up there.
Hi, everybody.
And my daughter Lindy is driving.
Yeah.
So I don't have a way to go to the list who sees who is all here. So hello, Sir Tom and Sir Tim and Sir KJ. And Sir Tom Couples is here. And hey, there's Sir Dino. Dino! Can you do that? Can you go, Dino? No. You gotta get enthusiastic, not like a little sparrow. Dino!
Deep voice time.
Thank you, Tom.
Dino.
So
Yeah.
Actually the flight home was probably the least adventurous of all the things we did. It's down in my foot, so it's out of his range. Oh, I could have given it back to him. I was just going. Hey, Sir Carl, how are you? Although we did have a delay getting off the ground today by about 20 minutes because Frankfurt's opened a new terminal and it's a mess. We got through. They always tell you get to the airport 3 hours ahead of time. And we were more than 3 hours ahead of flight this time. And it still took us a good hour and a half to get through all of security. And that's before the crowd started showing up.
Security check wasn't bad at all. It was the passport control.
Yeah, the passport control. They only have 2 booths with 4 people. And half the time, at least one of those 4 workers is not working. And hey, Dave from Scott Rails, how are you? So it was a relatively easy flight home, except I took my travel pill and I would have loved to have slept, but I got cursed and had a baby in a baby seat behind me that prevented me from leaning my chair back, which meant I couldn't lean my back. I was trying to sleep, but I can't sleep with my head down. I have to be leaned back.
Turned around to look and yeah, you have a baby.
But
in your way.
it was
You want to get.
it was the most roller coaster trip Joyce and I probably have ever had.
Yeah.
It didn't have the most negative. That was one year when I took one of my students that really created a disaster for me at the time. But we had such amazingly great things happen. Then the next day, something really horrible would happen that usually involved travel. We had trains canceled, trains just late. We had one day where we got stuck in Hamburg. We were supposed to go to Hamburg. We were already an hour late, and 9 minutes from the main train station in Hamburg, we got stopped for 2 hours because the system was down in Hamburg, and they were zigzagging the trains in one at a time. Hey, did I see Josh is here?
Yeah, Josh Cannon's here.
Hey, Sir Josh Cannons, how are you?
Hey.
Yes, Kaya.
Can you guys see my perfect thing with my phone?
Sure, go for it. Show off.
The guy's getting his haircut tomorrow.
Okay, you did great, Kaya.
What's his haircut tomorrow?
So, we had to buy another suitcase. We had to buy another suitcase. I bought several long boxes that they did not fit in our normal suitcases. So I had to buy, I don't know how well you can see it, but this big green suitcase, that's all trains. It's all train stuff and a couple of other things, but it's lots of boxes of train stuff. And a couple of gifts for this dude here. Of course you do. So, I never bought trains on a trip. Like I have spent more money on trains on this trip than I have probably all my other trips since I've been in the hobby combined. It was insane. So anyhow, yeah, we're up to 14 people. But I know it sounds crazy, but I'm too addicted to the streak. I could not take and miss a Friday live stream. I had to do something like now. I do plan on live streaming a bit sometime tomorrow when I have news. There. I'll purchase this. Link in Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Just again, the internet is sketchy here. We're bouncing between 5G and 4G. I am planning when I get home to switching to my computer. So I'll be home in about, I don't know, 35 minutes, 40. So around 4 o'clock, we'll be back in the house and I'll be back in my command center. But if some of you are saying black screen, yeah, I'm back. I am back. It was about 5 seconds here. But yeah, this is why you don't live stream from a car. But I had to go on at my regular time. And I have missed all your videos. Monsville, all their creative work. Dave, I just caught that Dave from Scott Rail has ripped out his first N scale layout and is completely redoing it. But again, I've seen none of these videos. I saw Dino put up a couple of videos while we were gone.
Okay, Aaron, Bill?
Hey, Sir Aaronville, how are you? Hey, Sir Anthony Borden, hello. We are in the car going home. We are back from Germany.
Off our plane for about 45 minutes.
Yeah, we've been off the plane for 45 minutes. And the best thing is, I bought an extra suitcase to get all. I bought a suitcase to get all the train stuff in, and we went to this little shop in Frankfurt. You know, one of these imitation shops. I think $60 for the big suitcase. $60 for a big suitcase.
Made it. That's all it needed to do.
All it had to do was make it home. It made it home. No tariffs. No tariffs. No taxes. $60 shipping. Well, $60 plus the cost to add the bag because we get one free bag. So we had to pay about $80. So it was about $140 to bring all the trains home. That was still. Well, hey, Sir Hot Dog Andy.
Yeah, I fell off the planet. Glad you found your way back.
Well, glad you find yourself back on Earth, the man who felt Earth. Hey, Sir Jean Ricard, how are you? It was lovely to have seen you those couple of days there in Schleswig-Holstein and the trip up to Rome. Awesome. I got a lot of videos to make. I thank you all for watching our visits to the model train shops. I posted 4 or 5 of them. Some of them got a lot of views. A couple of them didn't. Go check those videos out, not for the sake of my views, but to give some love to those shopkeepers.
Tell them we're giving them free advertising.
Yeah, we tell them we're giving them free advertising.
However many people watch. Can't get there.
So funny, so funny, so funny.
Oh, yeah, you're so funny. You're so funny. But I do not know if the trains made it home undamaged, but at least they are back here. This big green suitcase behind me. 3 big boxes, all kinds of little boxes, plus the trains I took with me to get repaired, which didn't happen. The last shop we went to, the guy said, "Oh, I'd love to repair it." It says, unfortunately, we're leaving town tomorrow.
Okay, Josh.
That's cool, Josh. But no, we're very excited. I'm not even jet lagged because we left early in the morning and it's in the afternoon here.
It's like 9 o'clock.
We didn't miss a night. So, I'm, like right now, mentally it feels like about, well, it would be 9 o'clock at night, but.
In Germany, it will be 9 o'clock at night in Germany.
Yep, it will be. But what country shirt are you wearing, Kyan?
Germany.
You're wearing a
don't know
Germany
about
shirt.
that.
Yeah, you and me match.
Yes, they said like this.
We're giving a high five. But yeah, I really have missed. I've missed my Wednesday chats with Christopher Ravensbridge, the 3-hour
You made it pick it off.
video call.
Stretched out.
Now with Jean Ricard, we still had a couple of calls, but not as often as we do. But we did get to see Jean Ricard for a couple of days.
He,
But I know Dino's had videos. Hot Dog Pilot Andy's been off, and I know several of you have posted videos. And literally, when I did have YouTube time, I was answering comments. Yeah, if I want to wait a year to get it back, I'll send it to Renaud's. Renaud's has a horrible turnaround time on repairs. I got a guy in California that does a lot of my digital fixes for me. I just haven't gone to him for a while, and he's been. Yeah, Renaud's has a terrible time. You can wait 6 to 9 months. I think the fastest their turnaround time is about 6 to 7 months. And I know guys that waited 9 months to a year to get the stuff they sent for repairs back. But yeah, it was an epic trip, but filled with a lot of frustration. Even when things actually went kind of smoothly, like our trip from Neumünster in the north to Frankfurt in the middle, which was a 5.5-hour train ride, it wound up only being 10 minutes late. Now, it was just late enough we missed our connecting train, but the connecting trains ran every 10 minutes, so it didn't really affect us. We just caught a subway and went out to the hotel where we were staying. But even that one, we woke up to the news that the entire German rail system was down overnight. And that trains were canceled right and left, and ours was canceled, and then no, ours wasn't canceled. And we never learned the truth until we got to the train station, and they kept saying, no, the train's running, the train's running. And finally, somebody told us at the train station, yeah, everything's fixed. All trains are running normal. So Joyce and I had about 5 hours of panic of how are we going to get from Neumünster all the way down to Frankfurt. And I was like, oh God, are we going to have to rent a car? And all that cost and responsibility? That was a scary proposition. But yeah, now that we're home, it's like, wow, where'd the time go? But in a way, it's, the stuff we did our first week when we started in the Stuttgart area, Ebersbach. Ebersbach feels a long time ago. It's not like how it normally is, where when we get back, we go, wow, it just felt like yesterday we're in Ebersbach. No, Ebersbach feels like it was 3 weeks ago. All the great stuff we did, all the cool things we did in Stuttgart area. Even Erfurt, the stuff we did in Erfurt feels a couple of weeks ago. The only thing that feels like yesterday was our day in Frankfurt.
No,
Just happened.
we had that happen.
But as you guys in the UK know, now there was a heat wave in our hometown of Toledo, and of course this region. And then it's cooled off, and the heat wave's supposed to come back and be maximum nasty next week. But we hit
It'll destroy your car in 30 minutes.
we started in cool and rain, and it rained almost every day the first week and a half. And as soon as the rain left, the last couple of days in Erfurt, and then our entire time up in Schleswig-Holstein, heat wave, just brutal heat.
They're like, no. I changed one of them.
Yeah, the nice thing now, we use Airbnb. We do use Airbnb. In a couple of cases, we use booking.com, like if we want a hotel. But all the places we stay at are very high standard. Because first of all, Airbnb has a rating system, and I won't stay at a place that's below a certain rank. But the places that put up the most pictures, the places that put up the most pictures are ones we tend to, put in definitely a place worth looking at, staying, because you really get an idea what's there. But also, Joyce and I, we want a clean place. And the only other requirement we want, hopefully we can get a washer. But otherwise, we want a bed, a bathroom, and that's it. Hopefully a little sitting area where I could set up the laptop computer. But we don't have big needs, but all the places we had were great. We tend to stay at places that are for 2 people or 3, because there's just the 2 of us. But like the place we just stayed at in Neumünster in the north, it was a nice apartment. It was a very nice apartment. Had a nice sized bedroom with lots of storage and drawers and everything. The place we stayed at Erfurt was a smaller place, but still lots of storage where we could get all our suitcases empty, hide our suitcases away. But the sleeping area and bedroom area were one. The bed's behind the couch, and then you have a TV. But we don't stay in that place. We go. If it's raining, we try to find indoor things like, okay, we'll go to a museum today, or we'll go to this today. Hey, Sir Clive, how are you doing? You've put up a few videos that I've missed. I do look at my list, and I try to watch. Like I did watch a Monsville video yesterday, and we had a little bit of downtime because it was just so hot. It was over 100 degrees, or 37, 38. No, it was 39. Yeah, it was 39 Celsius in Frankfurt yesterday at one point. It was nasty. It was a dry heat, so it wasn't nearly as bad as if you had 100 degrees here in Toledo. It would just be so muggy. But yeah, we loved all 3 of the places we stayed. Would happily stay in those places again if we were back in those areas. All 3 of our landlords were wonderful people. Neumünster is a town. It's not ever going to rank as my favorite town to visit because, as our landlord said, it's not a pretty town, but it's perfectly in the middle of everything. Neumünster was heavily damaged in World War II, and they just cleared out the rubble, and did not rebuild any of the old cities. So it's all more modern. And the big old Altstadt is now a giant pedestrian shopping area, similar to the big shopping area in Cardiff. But it didn't have a lot to just walk around and see.
45 gross. Oh, 40C.
Yeah, that's right. And if you guys don't know, Clive's wife is in the hospital, and all we can do is hope for the best, Clive. We're so sorry. Hey, Sir Raymond Legs. Hey, yes, Sir Russ from Rock and Railroad. We are on the highway home. My daughter is driving. I'm in the back seat. The children have to sit in the back seat. The children have to sit in the back seat. The adults are sitting in the front seat. There's Joyce. You could just turn and look at the camera real fast.
Thank you, Raymond.
So, but yeah, I cannot believe. Now, money-wise, it was bad. I spent a lot more. Well, I didn't spend more money than I planned on spending, but I planned on spending a lot.
You got a choice. Oh, is this the upper?
AC loop or the lower DC loop? This is the Fowler cars. No, this is the Fowler car system working. We have got the Fowler car system. We've got cars. You want cars? We're in a car. We got cars. Yeah, from this angle, you're not seeing any of the cars. There, I'll turn it around. There's cars. I've got the whole Fowler car system working. Yes. My shirt is German. I wanted a polo because all my shirts after 3 weeks and a couple of washings, I made the mistake of just throwing them in the suitcase real fast on the way to Frankfurt, and they came out wrinkled. And I saw this because we were still shopping for gifts for our family, and I saw this.
You're right, Dave.
I saw this. What Dave say?
Dave said you spent more money than Joyce planned on spending. That's pretty good.
We had we had a great time. There was only one time. There's one time where Joyce looked at me like, "Do you really need to buy that?"
That was at Charlie's. He was a fantastic salesman.
That was at Charlie's.
And he sold you one more thing than you needed. And,
What was that?
You had that another car.
I wanted that car. I was looking for those cars. That was on the shopping list. Whatever.
That was, we're done. Checked out, we're done.
Yeah, I had already picked up something like that. Said this is the last buy I'm going to make. And then I walked over again, and Pico, they had a Pico double-decker Schleswig-Holstein. The company is called SAH. And Schleswig-Holstein has their own colors for Deutsche Bahn coaches. Now, we saw a ton of gorgeous Desiros, the double-deckers. We rode those every day. We were at Neumünster, except the day that John drove us. Really cool looking. And they had one car. I wanted two. They only had one. Because I had seen one at another shop, but it was the wrong scale to go with. This one's the right scale. So to get all these trains home, including the two big boxes for the Orient Express, the Lufthansa Express I got, and then I didn't buy any locomotives except for the locomotive that's in the Lufthansa Express set. Everything else, oh wait.
Does he really?
No, I didn't buy a Desiro.
You said they don't need that case because it was sold.
Oh, the TJV. The TGV, I mean. Yeah, that little TGV. Yeah, that. Hello, Rick. We are on southbound 75. Yes, we are.
No, what to?
All you got to do is judge by the orange barrels and the concrete walls. Ah, look, it's I-75.
Not sure. Pretty expensive stuff, so. Pass the place.
Well, we had an, yeah. Oh,
What's up, baby?
I know.
another half hour.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I did not buy the TGV. I'm sorry. The Thalys. I did not go back. The Thalys, not the TGV, the Thalys.
It was the balance. Now you're saying right.
I did not buy a 44. Oh, you're right. I bought the E44. I did buy one locomotive, the
You don't even
E44.
know what you bought.
I bought so many things I don't even know what I bought. You tell them, Joyce. Just tell them, right?
He bought a lot of trains.
Ah, she looks like me.
Oh, sorry, there you go. No, that's on Lynn. I've got it facing towards me. It's facing towards the camera.
Ah, yes, he bought a lot. I really thought we could do 2 suitcases.
Yeah, anything could happen. Hey, Sir Evo, welcome in. But yeah, my goal is that when I get home, I'll go down to the basement. I'll go down to the basement and log in to StreamYard from my basement. I'll log into StreamYard from my basement and while I stay on the phone and then maybe go, kind of do a live unpacking of the suitcase. There are some things I have to be careful unpacking. You can't see all the other things we bought, the whips, the chains, all that stuff. We were in Germany, so when in Germany, you got to buy all that stuff. That's why we didn't let Jean Ricard come down to Hamburg with us, and we had to send Simon home early. But yeah, I will say it was the worst year of train travel I've ever seen in Germany. And when we started traveling in 2003, it was rare to see delays. It was rare to see any issues. If the train was 3 minutes late, people were in a tizzy. But this time it was just awful. We never had a train on time. Never. If it took off on time, yes, Guy, what's up? What do you need?
You can have too many trains when you're trying to get them home and you have to buy a new bag for it. That's what I call it.
Yeah, I'm too excited to remember. No, it literally is. I bought so many things I can't remember and then there are highlights. Like, Jean was there. Jean knows, Joyce knows how giddy like a kid I get. One of my favorite memories of this trip is going to be, we went into this toy store called Brunings in Flensburg, which was this awesome shop. Somebody left a comment on it saying, well, they used to be much better with models, but now they just sell Bell crap. That's like, don't hate on the toy shop because they don't sell the models you want. It was a great toy shop. And what was really cool is that the people who ran the train department were all women and knew their shit. It was, those rivet counter old timers who think women don't know nothing about trains. These women would have put them to shame. They knew their stuff. So anyhow, we went in there and I'm already amazed because 80% of what they're selling is secondhand. They do have some new stock in, but most of it is used at secondhand. And I go in there and immediately on a lower shelf, because I always start looking at the bottom and move my ways up, I go, oh my God, Joyce, I can't believe it. She's like, what? It's actually here. And she's like, the whatever express you're looking for? Yeah. And I ran over there. It's a Roco. And it's the 103. Yes. Oh, and then the sign in front of it says Gleichstrom 2-rail. And I'm so crushed. I'm like, oh man, they finally have it. It's 2-rail. I finally see it. It's 2-rail. And Jean Ricard's like, he's just standing next to Joyce, standing behind me next to Joyce. He goes, Anthony, did you look up? What? And I look up. Oh, Oh my God, it's the American digital version. It's the 111. It doesn't have the 103 that I would have preferred, but I'll take the 111. And there it is. Amazing. It's there. And yeah.
You said you only spent being saved on the
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. And actually, I still didn't spend as much as we saved by not going to the UK's. But man, it was fun. Just I'm buying that. What do you need? Ryan can't be on screen too long. If he stares at the screen too long, he gets sick. He can't watch video while driving.
It's better recognizing it.
Yeah, Raven. Well, the thing is, the only Glagstrom train I bought, and I figured if I saw it, I was going to buy a Thalys if I could. If I saw a Thalys, I was going to buy it. Now, that shop, the shop that it's actually owned, the shop is owned by a young guy, but the older guy that was running it, Ulrich, this was the shop in Neumünster.
Yeah.
He had the Märklin TGV starting pack. He had it for $5.99 and probably would have cut me a deal. It was a debate. Even Joyce hinted at going back and buying it, but it was like, there's no way we're going to get it home. But now that we got the other suitcase, I might have gotten it home. Yeah, don't grow up. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raven. See, that's one of the things. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of misogyny in the model train hobby. There's a lot of misogyny. And any woman who's in the hobby will tell you. Any woman in the hobby will tell you they put up with a lot of crap from the guys that think either women don't know anything and they feel they have to mansplain it all. Yes, Kyan, what's up? If you think that's what people are tuning in to watch, they want to talk Opus trains. Can you talk Opus trains? You don't. Lots of trains Opa has. But you don't play with my trains anymore.
I used to.
You used to, but you don't anymore.
Yeah.
Play with them.
Nice. Oh, we're almost in Ohio.
But yeah, we're almost out of the crazy state of Michigan and back into the home state of Ohio.
How much time do we get to open?
Probably another 15 minutes or so. Oh my gosh, look at all your handprints on that window, dude. Yay, we're in Ohio.
I haven't played that.
So now we're in our home state, and we're actually in the city of Toledo. It's just that this is the north end of Toledo, and we live on the south end of Toledo. Hey, Sir Lee, how are you? John, you're always looking for a reason to come back. I will say this. I won. So, whoops, got a little blip there. Probably past the cops. I have a habit of losing hats. I have to wear a hat because of my bald head, and Joyce is very protective since my sister died of skin cancer, and so I have to protect myself. I'm not a big fan of wearing hats, but you often see me wearing one, especially if I'm outside, because protection. But going all the way back to my travels in Germany, I have a habit of losing hats. There were some years where I lost 3 or 4 hats over the course of the trip. I have been losing hats in Germany since 2003. And I lost my favorite black felt hiking hat, which I bought in the Black Forest a couple of years ago. I love that hat. And we had to scramble and find a new one, which Joyce actually likes better than my black felt one. Whoops, sorry about that. Hang on a second, guy. But now the new trend is I'm leaving swimming trunks on different continents. I left a pair of swimming trunks in Australia a couple of years ago, and I left a pair of swim trunks in Denmark now.
Come to Toledo and drop them off. Purple thing.
Well, the problem is, Tom, hey, hello, Sir Tom Houston, because I think I said hi to Tom Couples, but not Tom Houston. The problem is, once I get on a train, I take them off and throw them on the rack up above. And then I forget they're there when I get off. Because a lot of times Joyce and I spread stuff out. First of all, we don't sit at the little 4x with a table. And if we sit in a train that has the little fold-down trays from the seat in front of you, we've got our cell phones and munchies or whatever out on that. And so I'm just throwing the hat out of the way. Well, what? You need to ask me what?
And this is just so fun of us streaming this. I wanted to join into this. Let's report the train.
Well, I'm not going to run trains in live stream today because I haven't had a chance to. The trains on my table are the trains that were on my table the last home live stream 4 weeks ago. I never took them off. Often I'll do that on a Sunday, but we were busy getting ready for the trip and everything, and I did not clear the table of trains. I don't wear fedoras. I don't like the look of fedoras. I did like my black forest hat, hiking hat, and I bought a new hat. Soccer, football. I got a new hat, and Joyce likes the hat.
No,
Not sure why, but she's been admiring the hat. Like, hey, Montville, Lord Montville, how are you? You're up early, but I've been up early. I woke up at 5:30 this morning. Okay, what do you want to show the people? What, that you can almost lose the ball in the back seat? Keep watching. Kyan wants to do a show. Hey, keep working on it. Keep working on it. The skills are developing, kids. The skills are developing.
I'm really good at this.
And then you lose it. But we had, yeah, it's one of those trips where it didn't feel like it's over suddenly. Coming home, we're home, but it's not like the trip felt like, oh my God, it was over so fast. It was a very involved trip, especially the first 2 stops. Even Neumunster, we had a couple of intensive days, but that was as much the heat. We went to Flensburg and they had a triathlon. And so a lot of the cool stuff we wanted to see in Flensburg were either closed or the public transportation was blocked or rerouted and not running regularly. So it was that we weren't going to get there. And then when we went to Kiel, it was Kieler Volca, which is actually kind of cool to see if you go out far enough to see the bay where all the boats are. Kieler Volca is one of the largest sailing regattas in the world. People from all over the world come to, hang on, Kyan. People come from around the world to see these various yachts and schooners and that show off and race and do all these things. But the problem is all the cool land sites in Kieler are covered.
We just went past the place where we usually go down for.
Go to your house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that because we're not going to your house.
Yeah.
You gotta drop
We're going
us
to
off.
my house,
Yeah.
which is where you wanted to go. I know. You haven't seen Opa in 4 weeks, then you are.
I'll stay with you. I guess Mr.
44 and 44.
Oh, KJ, don't get started about minstrels. I had one of my epic joys of the trip involved a minstrel. I did a little video that I posted on Facebook about it, but for years and years, I taught German literature. My year 4 students learned German history and literature. And we talked about what were these guys in the 1100s and 1200s and in the 1300s called Minnesingers, which you could call minstrels or troubadours. And the all-time great minstrel, regardless of country, was a guy named Walter von der Vogelweide. And I loved the guy because he was a badass 900 years ago. Well, 850 years ago. He was interesting because most minstrels and troubadours, the Minnesingers as they were called in German, they sang what were called Minnelieds, which were all about courtly love and the idyllic life of knights. Well, Walter von der Vogelweide had been an actual knight, a warrior who had fought on a crusade, who had fought in regional battles for lords in Germany. And he would read some of the Minnesingers or see them perform, and he would say, "That's bullshit. I'm going to tell you the truth." And in a time where telling the truth or busting the myth could have gotten him in trouble, he was the Elvis Presley. He was the Beatles of his day. He was up here and everybody else was down there. And his greatest challenger was a guy named Eschenbach. Wolfram von Eschenbach. Walter von der Vogelweide, Wolfram von Eschenbach. And Eschenbach wrote the dreamy, idealistic fluff stuff. And anyhow, long story short, there was a famous singers' duel where they invited all the big singers to the castle of Wartburg in Eisenach, Germany. And they had everybody, all the big names come in. And it was a duel. And Vogelweide came in and blew the other guys out of the water. And it literally was the first rap battle of history. Literally, they were singing their even insults to each other.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Sir John from Mystic Railroad. So now we are on the trail. We are on the Anthony Wayne Trail, which is a main highway in Toledo. It's a Toledo and Maumee highway. It's called the Anthony Wayne Trail because a famous general under Washington in the Civil War, known as Mad Anthony Wayne, and he got that nickname because he suggested to Washington at the Battle of Green Point or something like that, a nighttime raid, which had not really ever been done. And they surprised the British in a nighttime raid and won the battle. And he got the nickname Mad Anthony Wayne. Well, 3 different American armies after the Revolutionary War, the Continental Congress, now the United States Congress, and George Washington opened this territory up because up until that time, the British had banned settlements. Now, although various groups had come out here and you had some random illegal settlers, the first American city to be founded as the United States of America is Marietta, Ohio, which is on the border with West Virginia. Anyhow, as the humans began expanding this in the 1780s and late 1780s, 1790s, of course, the Native Americans did not take kindly to this, and there were some battles, and the Americans got their butts handed to them 3 times. One of those battles involved the death of my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather on my mother's side, who's got a statue to him about an hour and 20 minutes from here, in the middle of the woods where he was burned to death. And so, so Anthony Wayne came out and he won the battle that freed up the Ohio Territory. He beat the Union of the Wyandotte, Delaware, and Miami Indians, and basically chased them out of Ohio. They agreed to move west. And the battle famous battle is called the Battle of Fallen Timbers, was fought just outside of what is today Toledo. Toledo didn't exist at that time. The battlefield now is kind of on the border between a suburb of Toledo, Maumee, and another one. But the highway that he took to march to the battle, and then after the battle to march north to build his fort, which was the first residence in Toledo, was called Fort. Was it Fort Industry or Fort Recovery? I forget which one was first. Yeah, Fort Recovery.
Yeah, and it was fallen timbers because of tornado.
Yeah, and the battlefield was called Fallen Timbers because a tornado had knocked half the forest down a couple of years earlier. Oh, hi, and hi, Sir Greg. So we're only about 5 minutes from my house. But so there's a lot of things in this area named after Wayne. You've got Wayne County, you've got Anthony Wayne High School, you've got this little local highway, the Anthony Wayne Trail. But we live just off the Anthony Wayne Trail. We haven't passed the zoo. Did we pass the zoo? Yeah, we just passed our. If you ever come to Toledo, one of the coolest things you gotta see is our zoo. We've got one of the top ranked zoos in the country. And our art museum is actually it's a smaller one, but thanks to a couple of local philanthropists, we've got one of the best French Impressionist collections outside of France. We will go to the zoo very soon. But now we're like
Are coming out right now.
right over here is we're coming up to an area where I ride my bike a lot of mornings.
Hey, Opa.
Hey, what kind?
Animals at the zoo are coming out of their shelters from their winter break.
Yes, they are. Yep. And actually, some of the animals that are used to really warm, they get sent down south and stay at summer places. But yeah, right over there, I ride my bike a lot. There's a bike trail over there. But yeah, we're coming up to where we.
And the snow animals are going back into their shelters to take their.
What's
I
that?
said hello to you, Kyan.
Oh, yeah, people are saying hi to you, Kyan. You want to wave and say hi?
Hi.
It's too many highs.
All right, so we are coming up. We're gonna turn on. We're gonna turn on Sherwood Avenue, and then we'll turn on Park Street.
Yeah.
But Joyce grew up over in that neighborhood over there. Spent her whole life over there. In fact, that's the church where we were married and the school she went to. Not that you saw it well.
Let's give you a neighborhood tour.
We're giving you a neighborhood tour. This is Sherwood, and our street is the last street down here before we get. You always do.
Can I tell you guys that we're almost to my Opa's house, which is right there.
Well,
So he wanted to tell your guys.
right. He wanted to tell my guy. Yeah, your guys. He didn't say you guys. He said your guys. You're right. I didn't quite catch that. Hey, Bohemian, how are you? And is that Hermitage Road? Hello, good Sir Knight. We are in one of the royal carriages arriving back at the Castle Camelot of the Knights of the Round Boy table.
We're on Beachway.
Yep, we're on Beachway. This is our street.
I love Beachway.
You love Beachway?
Yeah.
I love Homewood and Beachway because that's where you live.
Diane.
And you live on Homewood, right?
Our house. I like my house. And
So we're coming up. So there. And then the house with the pink flowers, that's us. That's our. And the front yard looks nice. Liz did a great job keeping up with it. Although, what happened here was Sherry.
Where their construction guys have been driving through.
Ah, great. Okay.
Opa,
Yes, Kyan. So we are home. I'll be switching over to the TV in about 15 minutes.
Opa,
Or the computer. Same thing, only different.
Opa.
Wow.
Yes, what?
Lizzie has been picking raspberries
Oh,
with me.
good.
Oh, cool. I'm glad to hear that.
And they're nice and fresh. And they're ready.
Nice and fresh and ready to eat.
Frozen and thawed. Really good.
Uh-oh. But this is our, yeah, some of you may remember me building this deck a couple of summers ago or springs ago. Yeah, we will. I'll get the bags in a second. But this is my raspberry. They come into bloom. They come in to ripeness while I'm in Germany, so my family has to pick them for me. But even when they're overripe, they're yummy. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, picking a couple of raspberries. We grow enough to make a couple of jars of jelly. All right, time to take the luggage in and get the. Oh no. Okay, well you can eat them. Oh,
Doing around the house.
okay. Why don't you open? Can you open the door for Opa? Because this is the important one. Because Opa has to run downstairs and turn on the computer. Oh, there's one bag. Hang on. Did you grab my backpack? All right. You're gonna bring that? I'll get it. What?
Hold it so I can show the viewers the house.
Not right now.
Viewers,
I know you do. I know you do, but the viewers are already probably a little motion sick. But I've got to get some things out, but I want to go set up my computer so I can sit down and then. Say what? Okay, just slow down, Tex. Oh,
not a tech.
I know you're not a Tex. You're a Cayenne. Okay. Can you turn the light on? All right. Hello, computer that I haven't seen in a long time.
There.
Yeah, you haven't sat in that chair in a while. Right.
I would never.
And when you are here, you don't usually come down here anymore. I really could. I suppose I could just put some trains in motion for the heck of it, but just waiting for the computer to finish logging on. Yes, Cayenne.
Again.
Well, I've been letting you play with that stuff, but you used up a lot of it, and now I can't use some of it. But
You said that.
yes, I gave you all of that one. Yeah.
You can feel the two that.
Computer takes forever to turn on.
Can we do a live stream?
I am doing a live stream.
Like a little longer one where we run say trains and I paint. Can we do a live stream like that?
We're not going to do a live stream when you paint. Because Open needs to keep an eye on you when you're painting. All right. Still finishing. Loading up. My supercomputer takes forever to load up.
Opa,
Yes, Cayenne?
can we do a live stream after a live stream for you can?
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. There's a live stream right now you can stay a part of. All right, computer's on. So now I got to turn this on. And then I got to turn, I got to turn this camera on separately because what? I really like to. But momentarily, friends, so let's see. I got to start StreamYard up here. Or actually, OBS. You can go and do whatever you want to do. Except painting, yeah, you can't paint when Opa's not watching.
There's something that I need to.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm missing the chat. Hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to connect and get everything going here. What?
I'll tell you what happened. This house has been drying
For a long time. Yep.
and it's all dry. And
It's all dry now.
it's all ready to be put on my layout.
Okay.
I'm starting to make a layout, viewers. It's starting to make a very good layout.
Yes, you are. All right, so now I got to see if we can do this right. Right. Ta-da! I think I'm back without discombobulating everything. Are we good? Are we good? Can you hear me? I want to see what microphone it kicked in. Doobie-doobie-doo. Hey, Sir Dwight, how are you? Okay, we're on microphone. We're good. We're back in the command center. So there, I managed to do it. I suppose I could put a couple of trains in motion. So let's.
Can you take off some trees so we can?
No, I'm not going to change trains now.
Okay.
I'm not going to change trains
Maybe
now.
on the next last things that we're gonna do after this whole
Maybe. But I don't think we'll do another live feed. Opa's going to do his normal long live. You're on, I hear you. Good. So anyhow, hey, I'm back home. Literally back home. You guys took the trip with me back home. But let me get to the fun stuff, and then maybe I'll put some other things happening. Ah!
I really want
Dun, da, da, da.
Daisy.
I know you really want.
Can we
You got to remember, you're not normally at Opa's house on today. Today's a special day. And sadly, I shouldn't say sadly, Opa just loves and he's missed talking to all his friends. So.
Can we run up some of the trains that you buy?
Hang on, dude. You're killing me. Smalls, you're killing me.
Two.
You.
I'm killing you.
Only in a funny way. You are nagging. Opa, can we? Opa, can we? I just, in a matter of a few minutes, I cannot make up for all the time I was gone. I know you've missed me and I have missed you, but, Opa has been gone a while. And then I even wanted to call you and you didn't want to video chat. You were too busy playing Minecraft, so you didn't want to chat. Hi there.
Hello. Hello.
What are you screeching for?
Keep together one now. Okay.
Not so loud. Not so loud. Okay. Dude, you were being silly. All right, so now the one thing I went to buy, the first thing I went to buy was this, and it was the last thing I found. But there, now you can really see it on a nice big screen. Isn't that gorgeous? The Lufthansa Express. And this tended to only run 3 or 4 cars, but I'm going to add the other Lufthansa cars and make it a nice long train. So, yeah, that's a gorgeous piece of meat. That was just... Hey, model train aficionado Chris. And I saw you post a couple of videos on your layout. I just, again, I feel, I know you all say, don't feel bad, don't feel bad. But I feel bad. But I also know reality. There's just no way I can watch all the videos when we're traveling, because unlike when I'm home and Joyce is working and I've got a lot of time to watch YouTube, when we're traveling, we get up somewhere between every now and then before 7, but usually somewhere between 7 and 8. We eat breakfast, we catch a train, we ride a train from 1 to 2 hours, or maybe 20 minutes to 2 hours, and we spend an entire day touring a place. And then we get back, maybe 8 or 9 in the evening. We do a dinner, and we're dead tired. And then we check business emails and, certain things we've got to keep an eye on. And that just isn't the time to watch YouTube and keep up with everything. So I feel so bad about that, but it comes with the territory. But yeah, here is, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but here are these gorgeous cars, coaches. I'll take one of them out here. Oh, you trying to sneak in? Because the biggest thing is I'm now looking to see if these got damaged in shipping, if there's any parts broken off. I tried to protect it. What? Yeah, that's a little delayed, isn't it? Let me see if I can get it caught up where it's live. It's just a few seconds behind. Go away. Oh, wow. I really sent that backwards. Wrong way, guys. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to go through all these boxes, make sure everything's okay. But these are just gorgeously detailed. I can't wait to get these, but you got to go through, you got to kind of clean them up. Although these look in great shape, and I know Simon was checked them to make sure they were fine. Simon played with my trains before I did. It might help if I put that in the right way. See, this is Opa's.
It's a little delayed again.
Yeah, there's no fixing that completely. Because, see, this is live. What you're seeing is live, but it takes time for the information to go out to the world and get caught up with it all. So, yeah, there's those. This is not all of it. This is just what was in the one suitcase. We spread it out through a lot of things. Yeah. Say what? They're in my other suitcase.
I'll be right back.
You are not bringing that suitcase down yourself. You can see if Oma wants to go through it and grab the stuff in there, because Jean, you can see his gift. But yeah, I picked up a couple of tankers. I picked up a Schiebedach, or this one they call Sonderwagen Infotage. Pick this one up. That's on the train. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, as long as I don't mess things up. But yeah, there's a couple of things I bought nobody saw because I had already packed them before I made the video. The problem is I'm down here and I don't want to jump off camera. I'll take this cart out. I'm really thrilled to have this one, but we saw dozens of these when we were in Neumünster, the Schleswig-Holstein. Oh, you be careful with that grabber. I don't know what you're thinking, but yeah, to play with it. But I'm going to go ahead and get some trains running here. It's just going to be the same trains I ran a couple of weeks ago. So many weeks ago. Yeah, let me get this on a. Yes, Kyan. Now, Kyan, you know I'm doing a live stream. What do I must say about the bag? But yeah, this one doesn't have a good camera on. I want to get one where it's due. But yeah, so I'm very excited to have this. I want at least a couple of these. Oh, trust me, this is only a small part of it. The haul was much bigger. Oh, why are you so out of? Huh. Oh well, I don't know. All the things I mess with and try to fix. Yeah, go play with them upstairs. All right, Kyan, I told you I'm doing my live stream, dude. We'll play with Legos later, or tomorrow, or on Sunday when you come over. Well, I can throw this guy on. Whoops. Camera. Figure out where the camera is. And we'll get that guy into action. And I'll put a little oil on this guy. Yeah, which camera is that? Oh, it's this one. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to go ahead and add a little oil to this little, basically it's a Shibadok, a tarpaulin car. The wheels are all feeling good. But I've got more I need to get. Let's see. So he would be on this one, right? And I'm going to stop this one in a second. There it is. Wait, you got another car to add to your consist. A short one. There you go. I'll put that little short one at the end there, and he can happily go. Well, that's one thing I haven't missed on my travels is all the freaking pop-ups. And then Beethoven. Roll the Beethoven. And let's go ahead and get that other guy in the middle moving. And I think I will have had all 6 lanes going. All right. So there's the Joyce corner view, as we call it. All right, so now let me go back to working on a new project. Well, that's cool, Lee. Are you saying you can't hear me? You're not an irritating pop-up, Andy. You're one of the coolest guys around. So give me a second. I'm going to put this on the multi-vision with the trains. And I'm going to run upstairs and get more stuff to bring down. There's stuff like I picked up a couple of 45-foot containers, but I couldn't find 45-foot flatbeds, but that's what eBay is for. I picked up a couple of the 60906 decoders. So one of those is for something I'm about to show you in a couple of minutes. I picked up a couple of oil tankers. I'll do these on large screen. Joyce bought the Flixbus, and this costs more than some of my cars. Joyce bought this Flixbus because of our trip on a Flixbus. So I'm going to be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Hopefully I'll be no more than a couple minutes. Oh, Lynn is down here. I didn't even see you come down, honey. What's that?
It's not.
Well, it's easy to sneak past me if I'm not, if I'm focused on something else. That monofocus. I figured Mom might just want to take the clothes out of these and throw them straight in the washer. All right, but I'm going to go get Kyan's. Yes. All right, Kyan, hang on. Opa's coming. Yes, but I want you to show them on the screen. John Ricard wants to see you open his gift. Da, 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 da. Oh, I knew that one was going to fall, but fortunately I made it to the chair. Oh. All right, Kyan. Okay. Okay, well, I want to show you what I want you to open. First of all right, you said you wanted some Star Wars toys from Germany, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is a special Star Wars toy. You can't find this in America. Here, I'm going to put this on the big screen. You can't find this in America.
Why?
Because they don't sell it in America.
Ooh, that's a stormtrooper.
Yep. So we found this.
And some Star Wars Legos.
So they're called mix mashers. So you can mix them up and they do all sorts of fun and crazy things. Okay. So there, you got one. This is one.
That's Lego.
And you got some Lego Star Wars guys we found in Germany because they were really cheap, like half the price. All right. So Jean Ricard, if he's still awake, would like to see you open this like it's a birthday present. Okay. Jean Ricard sent that for you. So here, I'm going to put you up on the camera so you could show everybody what you got.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett. What do you think of that?
That's the green Boba Fett.
It's the original green Boba Fett, right?
Can you open the Stormtrooper and those stuff?
All right, I'll tell you what. Here, I will start them, but then you pull them apart. But you got to watch all the pieces, right? Because you're
Because they might.
there.
They might.
That one's open.
They might.
And there, I started that one. Okay, now Opa wants to show, is going through, trying to show a lot of the stuff we got. Speaking of tarpaulin cars, now again, many of you saw these on the various live streams. Oh, there is a gift that is missing. No, from me, my stuff. Where did I put it? I think it's in my other bag upstairs. Okay, I'll be right back. I entertain the troops.
A lot of people were saying that it was in the refrigerator, and you know, it's 4 hours. What's it supposed to run off? But it's a lot easier if you don't open it. Yeah, the lowest be a 24-hour period before it gives you a stuff. Biggest things we got from a lot of things say once it hits that 4 hours, it starts to turn off. And that it's just not good. It's insane. For a lot of things. Did you have all this? No. Good. Just maybe the very sensitive things.
My chicken, will definitely again, with like a small other thing that I can try. Was used by today.
Good.
So it's,
Yeah.
right. Couple other things to smell it all. I'll test the eggs. Eggs are one if they go bad, you know.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is
Okay. Careful, Kyan. All right. So, yeah, it's all kind of chaos here, but trying to do it. So, this is the one Loco I bought separately as a Loco. And it's going to need a little cleaning up. Not a lot. Okay, just straightening up. So this is a class E44.
you guys like the one that are just
I do not have a box for it. I paid, I think, 50 euros for it. But this is an old timer. It's going to get one of the little decoders. Yeah,
A little help here.
a little help here. All right. Hey, Sir Chuck Schreiber. Oh,
Why did you start that? There's a train.
they were my breakfast.
okay, there. His leg's on.
Yay. That's a Boba Fett.
Yep, he's a Boba Fett. But these are nice and chunky guys. They could take a lot of abuse. And we all know you give a lot of abuse. But yeah, where'd I put it here? It's just now when I bought that collection from her close to 2 years ago, he had an E44, but I couldn't get it to work. And the more I worked on it, the more I was desperate to have it work. And finally, I just gave up and bought one that does work. but this has the Alstrom motor in it, so it'll take this decoder very easily. So pick some various cars that might work with it. What will be pulling plans? Oh, I've got some cars that could pull. I definitely got some things that could pull. But these are the two things you did not see because, along with the decoders, because when I made the video, I had already packed them. But these were the last couple of things we bought. I really wanted one more of these, and unfortunately, Charlie's only had one and nobody else had any. It is very hard to find these. It is very hard to find these. Hobby Trade made a set of these a long time ago, and I would, well, I wouldn't kill, but yeah. Oh, you need help with him? Yeah, they've got all those rubber bands holding them on. Yep. Hey, let me go. Let me go. Let me out of this. Aha, we got him out. Okay, let's get his leg out, right? And his arm. All right, let's put some trains on.
It might be something that you might need.
There we go.
Look at it.
I'm not doing a good job watching the... Randall says, hi, Joyce. Hi, Randall. All right, where'd he go? I got his leg.
That's part of the stormtrooper.
Where's his... Oh, yeah, because you could change his hands to have him do different things.
Like grab.
Yeah, although it looks like either way this hand would grab.
Looks like he has a blaster.
Yep, he's got a blaster, all right.
Let me get it.
Okay, you could get the blaster. I was just going to get the body parts for you. But these guys all click together just to be fun.
Can you get this? Can you get this?
Yeah. There you go.
Can you put this on?
Well, it goes on this hand, on this arm. You want me to put this one on instead?
For right now.
Sure.
But this one looks the same.
Yeah, they really do look kind of the same, don't they?
Well,
Okay,
wait a second, that's
you're gonna put the you can put the blaster. Now the one thing we could do is hand me that. We take his head off here. Give it here. Yeah, you take his head off and you put that right over his shoulder just like that. Okay. There you go, dude. And these seem to also come with the idea that you're slowly collecting pieces to build a guy. That looks like it's a guy blasting power, like force power or something.
I bet
So where'd I leave off? So so I picked up for the Christmas collection. I picked up a couple of, and I still don't think I have everything down here. I know I don't have everything down here. Oh, because it's all in the chair behind me. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. For the Christmas collection, for the mobile collection, I picked up, let me turn this way a bit. Come on, camera, cooperate. I'm out of practice, 3 weeks away, and I'm out of practice. Got a Christmas train car, a couple of these. Prices are not what I paid, but they were still pretty good prices. I got the golden one that I didn't like a couple of years ago, but he marked it down from this. It was like half off, so I got it. And then I picked up Christmas wagon from the startup range. Just means they're cheaper.
Mocha,
Yeah.
can you also open my Star Wars Legos but not take it out? But if they're in bags, just take the bags and Alma will open the bag.
Oh, Alma will do that part, will she? I'm glad you're good at dividing the workforce. Oh my goodness. Lego didn't want you getting into these.
Huh? Lego.
Uh,
I guess Lego and there. I guess they don't like people having their dogs.
Instructions? I don't need no instructions. There's your instructions.
I don't like that.
Yeah, you do, because that's how you make it look the way it does. You got a bunch of guys. No, you got a bunch of guys and a couple of cool vehicles. I mean, look at the pictures. So you got a laser cannon and something like that. A big
Wait a
space.
second, there's Darth Vader in here.
Well, actually, they're not Darth Vader. They're just stormtroopers in black instead of the usual white.
Okay,
But you can mix and match those guys up all you want. Well, here, do you want the instructions?
I don't want to bend that rocket.
All right. Picked up these two Avia tankers because I just wanted to add to my tanker collection, which I did with this guy and this guy. So I actually have two of these already. And add this one. So I think this is pretty cool. So quite happy with those. And the thing is, there were times where it was one thing or the other. For example, when I bought the TGV, or not the TGV, when I bought the Thalys, which I'll show in a minute, when I bought the Thalys, it was either the Thalys or for about 20 euros more, a rake of Era 5 and 6 tankers. And I just decided I wanted the Thalys more. Another one I picked up was this Pico Flix train, which I believe is a first class. Nope, it is a second class car, but I'm going to make it a first class car. I had a Pico Flix train because I've wanted to expand my one Flix train. This is the Loco. This is the guy that betrayed me. This guy has had a wonky front bogey. And sometimes it runs great, and sometimes it acts up. I took it to Maryland. I have not touched this, not tried to do anything with it. And when the last time I tried to run it a few weeks ago, it ran goofy in one direction, but okay the other. He puts it on the track and runs it both directions for about 5 minutes, and it acted perfectly. I'm actually kind of mad at this guy. This guy has not been seen in a live stream in well over a year because that bogey, and I fix it, and I think I fixed it and it acts normal, then all of a sudden, it goes again. Well, it decided to act like it was normal and didn't need any fixing in Germany. Urgh. And then I got to remember where I put them because I got to come up with a new space. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? Now, one of the last things I picked up before I went to Germany was a set, really inexpensive set of these three. This is Danish DSB. This is the Danish DSB cars. And this is from a special train that runs from Copenhagen all the way to southern Germany and Austria and Switzerland to take skiers. It's a ski train, you know. It's got an official name. But anyhow, a couple of different companies have made types of these, but I got a couple of the American sets. But while I was there, I picked up the other half because it was 2 3-car sets. I got the other half. Now, American sold this in a 2-car set where you could get this car and this car or the 3-car set where you got the fireworks car, the Feuerwerk. But also Jean Ricard was at a train show, and he also picked up the Lima version of that Moon and Stars. But this is going to be a Christmas train. You will not see this run until the Christmas special, Christmas time. This is a Christmas train. Of course, that reminds me I've got a project to do, a project to get another Christmas train ready. So that is most of what I got, other than a couple of decoders. I think I showed you guys these to add to my Miraculin train collection. Oh, I did not show the TGV out of wrap. I keep saying TGV. I'm sorry, Thalys. The Thalys. But just first perusal, looks like everything survived the trip nicely. This is the power end. But this is a Mahano. All right, I'm going to go to, let's bring this around and bring it back this way. All right, so nice big screen. This is a Mahano. As one friend on the channel described it, the Mahano El Cheapo. I assume this is the Mahano El Cheapo. But obviously, I've got to test it out, and I'll be doing that over the next few days. Hey, Sir Andy from March West Junction. And then I just got to figure out how these go together. I guess like that. That's so weird. I've never seen that sort of. Yeah, it's snug enough, but this is 2-rail. It will not run on my main layout. I wish it could. If I could find an inexpensive 3-rail version of the Thalys, I would have bought it. Because, like I said, I almost came home with a TGV. Joyce even was like, if you wanted to go back and buy it, you could buy it. But there was no way we were going to get it home in the suitcases we had. As it is, I wound up buying a suitcase. But even then, the TGV box would have made packing everything else in that suitcase a little more interesting. But here's the other half of that Thalys. And these are very lightweight. These are plastic, all plastic. Very, very lightweight. So, but that's the Thalys. Yeah, that joke has been made even on the way home. Definitely the Thalys. Easily could have been called the Phallus. There were trains I could have bought. There is a train I'm going to buy. I don't know if I have it here where I can show it on screen. Probably just go this way. Bear with me. I should probably just give you some trains to look at while I'm screwing around. We'll go to the long view. Whew, it's weird to be home. But what I want is to look up 442. So now I got to go to a window share. Hi, everybody. Don't panic. I'm up here in the corner. We didn't lose anything. We're good. We're good. Windows capture. But we rode this, the 442, almost every day when we were in the Stuttgart area. This is a 442. They have it in stock. Now, there was a guy, he had the 5-car set for 380 euros. I just want the 4-car set. But these guys have both. AJC Kids have both the 4 and the 5-car set in stock. So I'm very, Joyce has already told me, go ahead and get it. Because she actually was like, why don't you just buy the one from the guy? And I said, because I could get it for quite a bit cheaper at AJC Kids in America and not have to pay. But I could have bought this exact thing in Germany, but I knew I could get it cheaper from an American shop. So I went with this one. All right, let me catch back up with the stream. Hey, Sir Eric, how have you been, my friend? And Sir Jason of Fresno, hello, hello. Well, Tom, I mean, the thing is, it was part of the trip. It's not that I came home looking to buy one. It was one I could have bought on the trip. Whoops, now I just freaked everybody out. Let's get off that camera. Yep, nobody's there. Nobody's there. They're all on this side. Heck, they're not even there. So yeah, I've got a lot of projects, including I got a bunch of Herkimers to paint Christmas colors. I'll keep telling myself there's no rush because Christmas is months away. And then all of a sudden, Christmas will be here and I'll be like, oh crap, I got to get these done this week. That train, again, that one I was just showing on screen, that was one I could have bought. And Joyce kept saying, well, why don't you get it? And it's because I could get it cheaper. Well, now that we're back in America, I'm going to go ahead and get it. The thing is, we rode some 442s when we lived in Erfurt, 442s in EMU, by a company called Abellio. And man, were these sharp. I mean, Abellio is the company that runs the trains, obviously not who made them. But yeah, the company Abellio had 2 different regional ones, and I could order one from Lipa that was from the region we were in, but we never rode it. We saw it once, but never rode it. But there was one we rode several times when we were in the Erfurt region. And boy, if Pico made a 3-rail version of it, we would have bought it. Joyce was like, that's a really cool looking set there. So here's kind of a close up. Well, it's not much of a close up when I'm doing that. But here's the fireworks car out of the box so you can see what it actually looks like. Because actually, I think it looks much better here than the picture on the box. And then the Märklin version of the full moon. And if we compare and contrast the Lima version, you can see the Lima version is darker and bigger. That's a much darker blue, but it's very sharp. And then I've already shown you the various snowflake ones. But I just think the snowflakes make it perfect as a Christmas train. Hey, Sir Kieran, how are you? But it was very interesting The only train that was on my shopping list, my official buy it if you see it, the only train that was on my shopping list, and I had an extensive one. Joy said, make a list and we'll bring whatever we can home. The only local was I wanted to find and I was hoping maybe the Pico shop, which we didn't go to. We wound up not going to. Was a 442 in the Deutsche Bahn colors because I've got one. The main circuit board's dead, not the decoder. The main circuit board's dead. Pico doesn't have replacements. I've tried to order from Pico. They're like, we don't do it. We discontinued it. We don't have any of those spare pieces. And yes, when I went to some of these shops that sold Pico stuff, I was looking and seeing because I had the part number. By any chance, do you have this in stock? And they're like, no, we would just order those from Pico when somebody needed a repair. So unfortunately, I didn't find a replacement, which was kind of sad because I really love the 442 in the Deutsche Bahn red. It is one of my favorite looking runners. And of course, we were always open to surprises, things that you go, oh, that's cool. Like I said, there were a couple of things we liked that Joyce says, you could get that. And I was like, no, I need to wait and see. And again, that paid off because the wait and see attitude, even though there were a couple of trains I could have bought later, it might have been rough, or I would have spent more money than I should have. I've been saving up for this. And that's why I was telling people before I left, I had spent a bit of my train budget, but I was finding trains on eBay. But like this right here, this is what I went to Germany for. This was the thing I was hoping to find. And actually, not even this particular version. I was actually looking for the analog versions because I figured the digital would be impossible. And we walked into Flensburg and this was there. And it was just epically amazing to have it. And yes, I've been saying the word amazing a lot. I can't help it. It's the one word that just keeps coming to mind. This was just an absolutely stellar, brilliant find. I did not expect to find it. And then a guy I know on a American Facebook page posted 2 days ago. He's found this at a train show. Very happy. I was like, I just bought that in a shop in Flensburg. But this, and again, they gave me 20 euros off of this. This was used. And I think just being nice to people does have its rewards. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. Even when we were having train problems, cussing at the people, because first of all, the people that you see, the people at the Deutsche Bahn Information Center, the people on the trains, it's not their fault the train is late. It's not their fault the system's messed up. Even, and some of you might not know, we had a major disaster with my bank while we were in Germany. So I'll put some more trains back on and bore you with that story. If you know me on Facebook, you know what happened. I might have talked about it towards last week because it happened right after last week's live stream. You guys all know that in April, our account got hacked, or if you're friends of this channel, back in April, our account got hacked and we had $1,700 stolen from some douchebag in Texas. Now, we got our money back. It took a few weeks, but we got our money back. But how they got in to steal from our account is what we're upset about. And the fact that, our bank account is all about what they call red flags, that there are certain things that are supposed to send off red flags, so they freeze the card. And they're supposed to send you text messages saying, hey, was this you making this purchase? Was this you making this withdrawal? We aren't getting these messages. Now, so that actually happened on Joyce's account. She got hacked, but then I got hacked and somebody had gone in and changed my mailing address, but they didn't change my name or email. So either they couldn't, somehow they were able to get in and change my mailing address to that same Texas address. And I had to go through a lot of hoops with our bank, Citizens Bank. I'm going to give them a name because they're a bunch of idiots. And then a few days before I was supposed to go, a few weeks before I was supposed to go to Germany, my card was expiring. I needed a new card. It never showed up. And places are saying, hey, your card's expiring. You need to update your card information. So I finally called Citizens Bank and said, where's my new card? We mailed it out 4 weeks ago. I never got it. What address did you send it to? Well, your new address in Texas. I don't have a new address in Texas. So I had to work with their security, redo my entire account, and order a new debit card. We erased that entire profile of me, created a new profile to access my bank accounts, and blah, 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 blah. And then 2 days before we're supposed to go to Germany, I get my new card for a new account, new debit card, new account. And immediately, the card gets frozen because they're saying, we've got some problems with you trying to do payments through Zella. And I'm like, I don't do payments through Zella. You don't? No, I don't have a Zella account. Well, it's Anthony Dodge in Hamilton, Texas. I don't live in Texas. Look on my freaking main account. Look at my bank account and our actual physical branch, Toledo, Ohio. All our payments we do through you, Toledo, Ohio. This is the third time we've had this Texas guy somehow hack our account. So why haven't you investigated him? Why haven't you gone to this account with the police? I filed criminal charges and asked local police to investigate this address, blah, blah, blah. So we get that all squared. I say, now I've got this new card. I am leaving for Germany in 2 days. I need to be able to withdraw cash on this card. Oh, yep, you're all good. Put a mark on my account. This card is going to be used in Germany. Yep, tick, 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 it's there. So then something happened the day we're supposed to fly out. Now we're flying out in the evening. And that morning, I have to call security again and say, there's this change of my address again. How did this person get in and change my address? Well, they used an old password from the old account. Then you don't freaking let them in. Old password from old account, and you let them in? And you still haven't gone after them? And so anyhow, get this all cleared up. Okay, Mr. Dodge, you're good. We've got notices all over your account. You're going to be in Germany from this date to this date, and your card's going to be used in Germany. You're okay. You're good. So we get to Germany, go to an ATM, withdraw some money. No problem. We're good. A week later, go to an ATM, withdraw some money. We're good. Week 3, go to an ATM, try to withdraw some money, and the bank account or the bank's ATM sucked in my card and said security alert. Security alert. My card's been sucked in, security alert. So I think I've been hacked. So I stand there and I call the bank right away and I say, hey, I've got the, well, that's not our problem. That's the bank's problem, the German bank's problem. I said, no, they don't keep the card just because they decide to keep the card. They kept the card because somebody put her, Mr. Dodge, that is not how banks work. What do you mean that's not how bank works? That's exactly what it is. So I think I've been hacked and my bank account's drained. So we go, after we stay at the bank and talk to this guy and get nowhere, we go running home, log into our account. Everything's fine. No address change, nothing. Everything's there. But yep, it says my bank card is frozen. So we call. Why is my bank card frozen? Oh, well, we've got suspicious activity. What suspicious activity? We've had 2 sizable withdrawals in Germany in the last week. Do you have my account in front of you? Yes. What does it say? Do you notice there's a note that says the bank card will be in Germany? Yes, I see the note. I better transfer you to the fraud detection team. So they transfer me to the fraud detection team. Is there not a note that says my card will be in Germany? Yes, yeah, we see that. You froze my account. Well, you didn't respond to our messaging to verify this was you. You didn't send me a message. No text, no SMS, no email. Don't say you sent one because I've got it all right here. I've checked spam, I've checked trash, I've checked everywhere. You never sent. Well, we always do. You didn't. But we had 2 sizable withdrawals. Sizable, you let them take $1,700 out in 10 hours in April without throwing a red flag. It wasn't until they did the 5th one and tried to take out 400 again that you then said, oh, maybe we should investigate this. That seems like a lot. But I make 2 withdrawals a week apart in Texas, and that's a security advisory. And you don't notify me, and the bank sees my, well, you'll have to go talk to the bank in the morning. And when they if they give you your card back, you can reactivate it through us. Call us back and we'll reactivate it. So I go to the German bank. This was Saturday night. I have to wait till Sunday or Monday morning for the bank to open. I go to the bank Monday morning and they're like, oh, we can't give you your card back. Why? Because it was seized through a security alert and our laws say we have to send it back to the bank of origin. So they're sending my debit card back to Citizens. So on the phone that afternoon, I'm talking to Citizens, and I've created another new account with another new debit card because I just canceled that card and did all that. Now, I'm talking to Joyce. Joyce, we're done with Citizens. We have to get out of Citizens. I am so sick of Citizens and their mountain valley attitude with security risk. Some guy randomly in Texas changes my address without filing the proper form and makes a whole bunch of withdrawals. You see no problem with that. A whole bunch of withdrawals within a few hours of each other, which is an automatic red flag at any other bank in the world. But I go to Germany telling you I'm going to be in Germany. And after my second withdrawal, you call that suspicious activity and freeze my card without telling me. So I'm like, that's it. We're going home and Joyce is like, I know we're pissed. And I agree with you. We should leave Citizens. Unfortunately, we have a whole bunch of businesses and things that we do through Citizens that would really screw up our lives. So I am stuck with Citizens for the time being, at least until Joyce retires, because we have certain automatic deductions out of our accounts to pay everybody, and we'd have to go to a new bank and get that all set up. And we're talking lots of companies, automatic, direct deposit, our income tax returns, and my retirement funds, and blah, blah, blah. It would be a major, major undertaking. But God, I am so pissed at Citizens Bank right now. So Citizens, anybody that works, and even when I'm talking on the phone, I'm not yelling at these people. It's not their fault. But I did talk to one supervisor who came on, to talk about the problem. I said, sir, you've done nothing wrong. I'm not mad at you. I think you're wonderful. You're really helping me out here. You're doing everything you can. I appreciate that. But I know this is being recorded. So what I'm about to say is not aimed at you. It's aimed at the morons who just caused me this hassle. And then I went off for a bit. And then I said, thank you for letting me say that so that can be played for somebody up above who needs to get their head out of their ass. But the rest of the people we talk to are helpful. They're brilliant. They're wonderful people. But there's some executive sitting in an office that writes these things. So even when you say, yeah, my card's going to be in Germany. Well, we saw 2 sizable withdrawals in Germany and worried you might have lost your card. 2 withdrawals in a week. And not even big withdrawals. Sizable. Okay, $300 is sizable, I guess. But you let a fucker in Texas take out $1,700 in a matter of 10 hours. And you didn't see anything fishy about that. It was when he tried to do 500 3 hours after the last one. He said, wait, I think we got something here. Hey, sir, Chris from the Valleys. Yeah, and the funny thing is, Andy, they've closed all of their walk-in offices and their ATMs. Joyce and I do not have a Citizens ATM that isn't a very long drive for us now. They've closed all their local offices except one in a suburb of Toledo. That's a good 20-minute drive for us. But worse, they took their ATMs out. So there is no local manager. I would have to work up the chain to somebody in Citizens Bank and really find the right person to raise a stink to, because this is absolute bullshit. And the funny thing is, our credit card is through Citizens, and we're buying all this stuff on credit card. We're spending a lot of money on the credit card. We're paying for our train tickets. We're paying for our meals. We're doing with the credit card. Bing, 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 bing. And every now and then, Joyce will get a text message. Is this you? Click yes. Okay, approved. Now, if they can do that on our credit card, why the fuck can't they do it on our... Joyce immediately gets a text message. Is this you? Yes. Please type in this verification code. Thank you. Approved. If they could do it on the credit card, why can't they do it on the debit card? It would have been so much easier to say, hey, we've got suspicious activity. Is this you? Tip, yes, it's me. Okay, good. Instead, they just locked my card, didn't tell me, and then I go to an ATM and it gets eaten and not given back, and I can't get it back. So, yeah, I'm a little livid about the situation. Hey, little man, what's up?
Bye-bye, Scream.
Oh, you're going bye-bye?
Bye-bye, Scream.
Okay.
Bye-bye, Opa.
Okay, I'm sorry. We will play on Sunday, okay?
Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, come here 1 second. I need you to come back. Because you got some from Jean Ricard, and what should you say to Jean Ricard?
Thank you.
And you really want to show off?
Yeah.
Say tak. Tak is Danish for thank you. There you go. Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you. And it goes. Citizens is owned by the Royal Bank of Scotland. Not that we're holding Scotland guilty for any of this. But that was the one major grr. That was one of the major grrs. But we had so many great things happen, so many wonderful things happen. Just keep meeting wonderful people. Hey, Sir Titi arrive, bonsoir. But this is what it was all about. This is where it all started. I actually bought this before I went to Europe, but it was being held in Europe, so I didn't have to pay shipping and the T word. But oh my goodness, I can't. Yes, you will see this running next week. This will be running next week. In fact, all the new stuff, including that Danish train, will be running next week. Anything new, I hope they have running next week. I'm going to have to put some work to convert a couple of things to 3-rail, but I'm hoping. But oh my God, the Orient Express. This was epic. And the people at the shops, especially the last few shops, but there's really only one shop where we won't have a positive thing to say about the owner. It was in the town of Erfurt, and that guy just didn't seem to give a damn we were there. He just did not care. You know, every shop we go into, somebody comes up, hello, how are you? Oh, what you looking for? Can I help you find something? We walked in, he didn't even say hello. He's just over on his register. Blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at stuff, expressing interest in stuff. He doesn't come over. He just, you know, he lightened up slightly after I bought a couple of things at his place. He lightened up a little bit, but he never talked to us. So I didn't film his store. Yeah, clear story. I know. All right. Bye-bye, dude. I am so happy to see you again. But yeah, this. And thank goodness there's. Uh-oh. Did that camera freeze? Oh, we're freezing a bit. Thank goodness there's not a competition. Thank goodness there's no competition as to which one am I happier about. Finding this or getting this. Because, yeah, these were blowaways. Yeah, oh, I often forget what type of car they are, but yeah, the clear story. Although I've heard them called clear stories too, Clara stories. But since I didn't grow up with that, I don't know which one's right or wrong. But clear story and clear story, I've heard both. And, you know, it's like in German, do you want a bratwurst or a bratwurst? It just depends on where you are in Germany. Like if you're in Frankfurt, it's a bratwurst. But yeah, it was. We saw some amazing things. I went swimming in the North Sea. Jean Ricard took us up to an island in Denmark, Western Denmark, with the biggest beach I've ever seen. Just both this way and from the sand dunes to the beach and then out to the water. That was a huge beach. People are driving their trucks down because it's half a kilometer. It's a half a kilometer at low tide all the way down to the beach, at least half a kilometer. Maybe Jean, if he's awake, could give us a better. All right. Hi. Take care. Thanks for hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. But yeah, I can't wait to get this running this week. I'm going to be busy. I just got to find out. I still have to find out. Hopefully I'll find out sometime tonight who, because Joyce and I are going to go to the Deschler thing. But when they were first announcing it, Deschler was going to be on Saturday. But now they're saying Deschler's on Sunday, and I still don't know which one. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even begin to think of catching up. Literally, my thought is beginning either tomorrow or maybe Monday is just to pick up on all your channels and then maybe try to go back and watch things if I can. But Joyce is off work now, which means I have less time I'll be on YouTube because Joyce will be, well, we got this to do and we've got to go do this and we got to do that. Although next week we're not going anywhere doing anything. It's going to be our birthday, but we're not exactly yeehaw celebrating it right now. But we're supposed to just have a nasty heat wave next week. You know, Joyce and I like to go kayaking in our big inflatable kayak, and the river's been low for a couple of years, so we haven't gotten out as much as we'd like. And it's just supposed to be well over 100 with 80 dew point, and Joyce is a big weather geek, and dew point, and it's like 80-degree dew point or 80% dew point, whatever it is. Nasty. But so I'm gonna hopefully. I also have a lot of trains to like this one. They guarantee it works. They didn't test it there, but they guarantee it works because they do test them before they put them up for sale. And so I will just have to modify the address on this and then run it in a little. But I'll have to spend tomorrow clearing these guys out. But I do want to go to Deschler because Deschler is only about a 50-minute drive from our house and see all the YouTubers. You know, Bob from PK&W is going to be there. Trackside Mike and a whole bunch of other people are going to be there. The Stormy Sky people are going to be there. Some of the people we met from the last Deschler get together are going to be there again. So we're really looking forward to that. But yeah, and it's now I've got to start deciding where things go and where do I store what and how do I rearrange certain things. And but those are what Joyce and I call first world problems. These are happy problems. I bought a lot of stuff and I am very thrilled to have it all. Kyan, you left your guys here. You left it. These Star Wars guys get to go to your house. So anyhow, I think that's everything. I think one of the first projects is going to be to get the decoder on this. I might try that tomorrow. But I'm really... But I also got one more... You get to take these to your house. These are toys for your house. Yeah.
I want to keep the Lego here.
You can keep the Lego Star Wars here with the Star Wars we play with here, sure. Okay? Bye-bye again. I'm a bad family guy. I just got back and I'm not spending time with my family. I'm yakking.
Bye.
Love you. Thank you for everything, honey. But I'll see them again tomorrow and Sunday. And I've talked less to you guys than I have to them because we do video calls. So, you know, we video chat and call and talk for an hour or so. But it's weird to be back. It's weird to be back and looking at my trains and having everything going here. Well, I Cheyenne driving. I hope somebody good's teaching her how to drive. I have taught 10. Is it 10 or 12? It's an even number. But I taught 10 or 12 people how to drive, and they all passed on their first test, including my brother, 2 of my sisters, 2 people from Russia who immigrated to the United States, couple of nephews, my 3 kids. So that's 10 right there. So maybe it's 10. But I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. But I taught 10 people to drive. I think my son was the hardest to teach. because he's a very mechanical mind. So if I would say, you want to turn the steering wheel about so far, he would be very meticulously. Dad said turn the steering wheel about 60 degrees. Wait, that's 65 degrees. That might be too much. Maybe I better sort of that thing. He was just very. It wasn't that he was a bad driver at all. He was just very precise and wanted to follow everything I said exactly to the letter. And I would encourage him, yes, you stop. Now you can slowly roll and slowly let the car go. And, but he kind of was the toughest. My daughter Elizabeth was probably the easiest because she loved car driving games and had a steering wheel and everything. So she was ready to go. My daughter Lynn, I think, was normal. There were things that were tough to teach her, but she caught on and did it. But oh, you're going to a Decatur, Illinois train show. That's cool. Your wife couldn't drive with you in the passenger seat. She complained you kept flinching. Did she drive in the back seat? But yeah, I mean, I'm, the thing is, there's a part of me that grows up. I always loved it. Even when I was a poor kid at school, and we would have show and tell days, and I wouldn't have much I could bring into show and tell. Here's a paper cutout I made. But I always loved seeing what other kids had. Like, oh, that would be cool. I was envious, but not jealous. And I don't know if people can make that distinction. I never like, oh, you lucky bastard. Yeah. I understood some kids had more money than others and some families had more. And it was cool they had that stuff. So when I'm lucky enough to say, wow, look at all this stuff I bought in Germany. I know there are people who watch my channel like, oh, man. And I've even had people saying, showing off. And it's like, I guess it is showing off, but I'm not trying to show off. I'm just, oh, man, look at what I bought. Isn't this cool? Because, I mean, anybody who comes over is welcome to play with it. It's not like it's mine and you can't have it. You just got to come here. I can't bring this to you. You got to come to me. For some strange reason, I don't know. See, if I think somebody's a bad driver, I don't want to be hiding in the back seat. I want to be next to them in the front so I can grab the steering wheel in an emergency. So I'll be like, I can't sit next to that person. The only person I didn't want to drive in the front seat with was my dad, but not because he was a bad driver. My dad was an excellent driver, too excellent, and had no toleration for the other idiots on the highway. My dad was a race car driver. He was used to driving fast in crowds. Actually, he was an electrician and worked in a factory, but his love when he was younger was racing cars and motorcycles. The thing is, you didn't want to be in the front seat of my dad, or if you had to sit in the back seat, you sat behind him. Because my dad had fast hands, and if you said the wrong thing at the wrong time, that hand came flying out of nowhere. You had just finished saying something you probably shouldn't have said, and you were already getting knocked sideways. Hey, Sir Ray Central. But yeah, it's just this was money I actually saved up to buy some UK trains for the UK trip. We were going to Germany, so I had to change the list. So I still have a UK list, except the UK list is not remotely this extensive. But I am eager to see this TGV down there. I suppose. Dare I do it live? Dare I do it live? Oh, let's do something live. I'm going to hate myself for this. And where's my controller? I think that's it. Why is that camera so wonky? Did somebody move this out of the way or something? Because that should be... Oh. Oh. This is mirroring. Why is this camera mirroring? That's why it looks different. Are all my cameras mirroring? No, that one's okay. That one's okay. That one looks right. That one's right. Huh. Well, you sneaky little bastard of a camera. How did you get twisted backwards? We'll teach you. Well, you're showing me the right angle here. Why is it? Oh. Oh. That's why. I thought it was the camera. No, it's just a certain knucklehead named me. I shouldn't say that. Are you guys seeing the words backwards and everything? Why is everything backwards going through here? Oh, and nobody mentioned anything to me. How do I get into the settings? Everything is backwards. It's okay in OBS, but coming through StreamYards, it's backwards. Bingo! Fixed. Okay. There. Now I feel better. See, that looks right. Does that look right here now? Yep. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, it was mirrored on my... I have no thoughts on the demise of camera models myself. Never bought anything from them. Not anything I was ever interested in. But anyhow, what I'm going to do, friends, is now that I've realigned the camera and the universe and got things where it should be, come on, dude. I had you in a very good place. Why is it all messed up now? Why is it all messed up now? All right, but anyhow, this is what I'm going to do. Live on camera, we're going to set up a train. And let's see if we can get it running. Ah. Hola, peoples! Make up your mind, Anthony! Well, I think he works. Oh! Crash and bang because I'm an idiot. A clumsy idiot. Well, now, you go the other way. It really does come apart after all that work. All right, meathead, come back here. Woohoo! How about that? We have a Thalys running at the Dodge layout. Woohoo! Sorry about that, guys. All right, Eric, I'm sorry to hear that, but thanks for hanging out. It's always great to see you. I just got to remember how I had this set up where everything fit into it just right. But yay, Thales! Woohoo! Can't complain about that, man. Yay! Oh, Ray, I worry about that all the time, and I do dust them off a lot. But the nice thing is the Miracle Sea Track can take a lot of abuse before you really need to scrub them clean. But I mean, we do have a air filtration system in the house. We do have a lot of dust. Like Joyce and I, if we were ever showing our house, we would have to spend a week dusting our bedroom because you could dust your bedroom Sunday morning, and by Sunday afternoon, we need to dust all the furniture in our bedroom again. And knowing that Joyce has asthma and my daughter has asthma, severe breathing, to know there's that much dust. But down here, there's not a lot of work that goes on down here that produces more dust than just standard air moving around. Plus, you have it. But no, I'm not fortunate to live. It's just one of those things I don't do live or anything else. But yeah, I just came home, and yeah, my trains have not gained. There's really not a coating of dust on my trains. What the heck? I'm going to throw a couple of it in the. So, all right. I am finally running a Thales. And I'm going to throw a couple little tankers on this other little train. Oh. Dudes, really? Yeah. All right, Kieran, take care. It was nice of you to hang out. Trying to give more of a show than even I hoped to give, but let's see. I need to pull this up. In fact, what I need to do is just move that over there. Oh, there's more updates. I'll get to those later. Oh, rats, I let him get around. Well, again, there's nothing wrong with cheap. I mean, yes, it's all plastic, and the 3 non-powered cars don't have a lot of weight to them. it's a Mahano, but I'm going to say now, this is my second Mahano model. My first was that Blue Tiger, which is one of my just most awesome locomotives in terms of pulling power and size and blah, blah, blah. That Blue Tiger, that AC-33 or whatever it is. But now this Thalys in 2-rail. All right. I just brought it home. I haven't even cleaned it up. I didn't even oil the wheels to put it on here. The guy at the shop said he tested it before he put it up for sale. So I assume maybe he oiled it or made sure it was okay. So I figured I could get away with it, but I'll probably go through and clean it. But look at how it's running just off the plane from Germany after sitting on a shelf in a German shop for however long, and then cooped up in a suitcase for the last 2 to 3 weeks since I bought it. Mahano's got nothing to hang their head down about. That's excellent advertisement. When was the last time this thing was truly cleaned and run, other than when the guy bought it and tested it? And who knows how long ago that was? And I paid $85 for that. $85. That's about what? 68 pounds? Now, is that a bad deal or is that a good deal for a 4-car Thalys? I paid $85. 80 euros, about $85. Actually, I didn't even pay 80 euros because he gave me a discount on everything I bought. Huh. Where'd I drop them? Okay. Oh, that'll work. All right, let's get that guy up to speed. Man, I just dropped a piece. It's a coupler. Oh, well, I'll see where it'll show up. All right, let's get that guy moving again. Everybody's running smoothly enough. But yeah, I mean, I've got a Thalys, and that's the number one thing to take away from this. I have wanted a Thalys. No, it's not a 3-rail Thalys to run on my main one. But all this does is whet the appetite and say, God, I can't wait to get one up here. I should have bought, and Joyce would have had no problem if I'd bought the TGV they had too. Oh, there it is. Huh. I said I'd find the other. To fit them in the box, they take one of the couplers off. But if I said, yeah, Joyce, I want to get that TGV too, because he had the TGV was 80 euros. So both of these were 80 euros. And he would have given me a discount on it. I should have bought it. Joyce looked at me, why didn't you get the TGV too? It's like, I didn't want to get both. You know, in my brain, I'm like, I'm still counting pennies for in case I decide to buy something huge. So it was just, but yeah, looking at that Thalys running, I'm a happy camper. It's great to be back home. I had a great time. Joyce and I had a great time, but we missed all of you. We really do. You know, some people might think that's just words, but anybody who knows us, we don't flatter like that. We try to be nice people and get along well with people. But this thing weighs a ton. I might do a first impressions video on this one. Or an analog to digital story on this. Man, gears look clean. Gears look very clean. But that's another shop where this guy, I probably don't need to do much to this other than convert it because he's all about the base. All right, KJ is taking off. Bonsoir, KJ, Roland Blue. Bonne nuit. But yeah, I've got a lot to do. And that's on top of the home chores. Within the next week or two, I'm rebuilding the bathroom in Joyce and I's bedroom. We've bought all the stuff except the tub, and I got to go out and buy some cement board. But Joyce said, when we get back from Germany, I want that bathroom built. So I got to work on that. Yippee. But I've been delaying it for a couple of years, so I need to get off my can and do it. Hey, Sir Travis. Thank you. I really wasn't planning on running trains today because I didn't know what time I would get home. As it is, I started my live stream live from the airport coming home. Joyce and I just got back from 3 weeks in Germany, over 3 weeks in Germany, 3.5 weeks in Germany. Shorter than normal. Normal when we travel in June, it's for 4 weeks, but we started later this year because of Joyce's work schedule, but she wanted to be back before our anniversary, which I haven't even mentioned that with everything going on. Tomorrow is Joyce and I's 39th wedding anniversary. Hey, Sir Greg Great Northern, nice to have you here. Listening to me as you mow the lawn. That's great because I came home. My daughter did a great job mowing the lawn. My lawn looks great. Very proud of the job she did with everything while we were gone. She had to deal with a power outage on one day, and she had to deal with a couple other things. Thank you, Randall. My 4 greatest achievements: keeping Joyce Kahn for 39 years and having 3 wonderful children and everything they've done. My 4 greatest achievements in life. I shouldn't say keeping Joyce Kahn, but not letting her upgrade to better. Yeah, the one thing, we dealt with a lot of little negatives on our trip. Again, these are first world problems, happy problems. When we got to Germany, it was kind of cool and wet. We had days where probably 10 of the first 12 days we were in Germany, we had rain at least sometime in the day. But we also had sunshine most of those days. We did have some days that were just all clouds and rain, not rain, rain, not rain, maybe a little clear. But it never really interfered. There was only one day where the rain really made it hard to do what we wanted to do, because it was one of the scheduled events we had. It's one of the, we couldn't change the days. We were going there on that day, and tickets and things were already bought. Yeah, I will probably download the American homepage has the catalog number. And then we hit a heat wave. Now, it got hot, but it got ridiculously hot the last 4 days. We were up in Flensburg and Kiel. The days we were there set record highs for that time of year. I think was it Kiel or Flensburg set their all-time high while we were there. It hit 102. About 41. Well, what is that? 40? No. 39, 40 Fahrenheit or Celsius, I mean. But man, that is cool having that Thalys running. We'll have Beethoven come and look at you. There's only one other thing that was on literally it was on you're not going to find it, but you're buying it the minute you see it if you do, was I'm still looking for a Rocco Mozart that plays music. There's Mozarts that don't play music and Mozarts that do play music, and I want the one that plays the music. I believe it was Rocco. I don't think it wasn't Jägendorfer collection. The Beethoven is Jägendorfer collection, but Rocco and Jägendorfer collection made a bunch of the composers, but they didn't cross over on each other. JC did some, Rocco did the other, because they're both Austrian companies. So it's like they kind of drew lots on who got which composer. I probably should have bought the Merklin Wagner one, and I could probably still find that for a pretty penny. But I really want the Mozart. He's my favorite. He's my favorite classical music composer. But well, the key is I was already told, and you already know, Jean Ricard, that this is the Alstrom motor, so it should be an easy conversion to digital. My biggest question is, where is the screw to take the top off? How does one remove the top? Oh, okay. I think I see. Never mind. 2 little screws on right here and the same at the other end. Those must be the screws that hold the top to the bottom. Oh, they had storms at Donegal Dad's. That would be cool to see. Yeah, because I unfortunately I don't get into Mark's live stream because his live stream goes on about the time I would have to pick up Kyan from school. So I'm either just watching a little bit on the background. And when Kyan was little, it used to be, okay, I played with you all day, Kyan. Opa's taking this hour off and we're going to watch Mark's show. But now, especially since Kyan's at school, He's only got about an hour and a half, 2 hours with me before his mom picks him up. So he doesn't give me that hour free time anymore. He's a hard and cruel boss. It was so tough telling him no, because I know he's excited about, he hasn't seen Opa. He was very excited at the airport because he picked us up and in the car. And, you know, you tell him and he understands I'm going to do a live stream, but then he just thinks, okay, Opa, come up and play with me now. Like, no, I'm going to do my live stream. It's Friday. I'm doing the live stream. And I feel really bad telling him that, but you can't. I know he hasn't seen me a long time, but he'll get his time. I will make it up to him. But I miss doing this live stream, and I miss all of you guys too. And he's family, and I will see him daily. I've got so much stuff for him. Remove the 2 axles that can swing. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't have the instruction book for this, so I'll have to follow Jean and see if they actually have it. Because Maryland, I don't think they have the booklets for these old guys. But maybe they have it in their reservoir. But man, I've got a Thalys running around on one of my layouts. God, and then next week I'm gonna run up. Got to set up and run that Orient Express here and the Lufthansa Express. It's gonna be an odd show, kids. It's gonna be an odd show. Oh, okay. There it is. There's all right. Well, let me do that now. Where are my Merklin screwdrivers? They're down here. Or they were. Now I got these guys. Same thing, only different. There is a little screwdriver, and you take the screwdriver and you put it in the screw. One screw, which we put right there. And then there is another screw that we take here out. I'll tell you a sad thing is this trip to Germany was the first time ever in Germany where I began noticing that with retirement, I'm not speaking a lot of German and I'm starting to forget words. I had several instances where I can remember words, and in one case, oh, this already has the decoder in it. Except that's a different decoder. Well, we should be doing some more testing tomorrow. I'm not even sure that looks like the Elstrom motor. This was designed to pick up power from the... Hey, Sir Alan Reynolds, welcome in. Well, I'm a dad and a grandpa, Travis, and Friday has always been. That's the thing. This is my 325th consecutive Friday live stream. Well, actually, I shouldn't say it like that because it's sometime. My first live stream was in June of 3020, but there were times where I'd live stream 4 times in a week. But sometime in August of 2020, I went to every Friday. So I have not missed a Friday live stream in 5+ years, almost 6 years. I have never missed doing a Friday live stream since I made it Friday. So it seems silly, but it's my little it's my little pride, okay? It's my little pride. It's like the years in my teaching career where I didn't miss a day for being sick. I taught 36 years, but I probably had 10 years where I didn't take a sick day. I took personal time off, but not sick days. Things. But I also had years where I had, in a year took 6 or 7 sick days off. Well, I'm going to leave those screws off and mess with this later. I got so many things I've got to check out before I start doing stuff. But yeah, that looks like it's got some kind of decoder in there. I don't know if EFO or somebody would take a look at this. EFO, Jean, Raymond Legs. That looks like that's not the 60906 decoder I'm used to, but I don't even know that doesn't. Did somebody change the motor in this? But this looks like somebody made it digital already. Maybe that circuit board's original. So I don't know if he knew that was digital. I don't know if it's digital. I won't know until I put it on a track and mess with it. I need to shave and a haircut. Back when you said, I had a few people that, because I was running German trains, thought I was a German in a German basement, except Germans don't tend to do basements like this. German basements are old style basements. Actually, what I will do is try it on my test track. I have a programming track, but I don't like to test things out on the programming track while other trains are running because even though you're supposed to be able to, I don't trust things to not cross. Just gotta make sure I don't have any other metal pieces on it.
Oops. Okay, so something's not sitting right. Oh, it's not loading up yet, but it also should be flying through the track at light speed. So I think it must have been converted, and that current decoder is not in great shape. Well, this was designed to get powered from both ends. The best time to do a live stream. Oh wow. Don't ask me. I don't do a live stream at the best time. Although I get pretty decent views. Um, you know, now my live streams when I'm in Germany don't get the views because one, I'm not on as long, two, I'm not running trains. So a lot of people that only come to watch the trains running don't come to those, to see Joyce and me on vacation. But I get somewhere around 500 views on each of my live streams. The thing is, you got to pick your time, and there's no one easy answer, but consistency. Pick a time and stay there. The problem is there are popular live streams on at every time. I really think I'm one of the lucky guys that there really isn't anybody I'm aware of. And mind you, there are thousands and thousands of channels I'm not aware of, but there aren't many channels that I'm aware of that broadcast. There's no channel that I'm aware of that broadcast at the time I broadcast. There are channels I know who occasionally have broadcast while I'm on, but there are people that aren't consistent. Like they felt like doing a live stream at that time. Hey, I'm home. I'm working on my trains. I'll go live. You're always going to conflict with somebody. You're always going to conflict with somebody. There's no avoiding it. There's, for example, depending on where you live and what your interests are, there's Monday, I think at 7 Eastern United States time, Eastern time. Can't say United States time because our brethren from afar in Canada are also in that bit, but Eastern time zone. You've got Trackside Mike and James Galton from Dundas Junction who do a 2-hour show every Monday, and it gets its viewers. It's got a loyal following. I'm one of them. There are people who live stream in the evenings on Tuesdays, and but and they all got tracks in their name. There's On Track Tuesday, Off Track, Sidetrack Sunday, Off Track. I just don't have times. I know Heath. I think he still goes live on Wednesdays. There's just all these people. A lot of them do it as groups.
You know, for example, Third Rail Thursday, which are also a group of Canadians. So Monday and Thursday to me are dominated in the evening by the Canadian channels. I don't watch any German live streams anymore. There are a couple of guys I used to watch, but I moved on, for lack of a better term. So number one, the best time is a time where you can be consistent. Now the flip side of all that is, how do you grow your channel? And if I knew the answers, I'd be doing videos on YouTube and making money. There's no single set answer. You can get all these gurus and people with 40,000, 50,000 to tell you how to do it, but then there's somebody with 1 million subs to say they're all wrong. You know, because dumb luck is a large factor into it. It's much tougher to grow a channel now than it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago, when the model train community, and I was just coming into it, was a lot smaller than it is now. It exploded during COVID, and everybody was getting views because everybody was home and watching train videos and starting new layouts and blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Not everybody, but a lot of people are back to work, and people are getting more precise about what they want to watch. And so that there's less time, which means less views. Now, certain channels will get their views, but I know channels with 40, 50, 60,000 viewers who are talking about their views are down, their views are down, their views are down. And what do you do to stay fresh? Hey, Stuart, Sir Stuart, how are you? But I'm this weird dude. I am this weird dude. I run European trains where a good 50% of my audience are guys from the UK. You know, the guys are the most loyal talkers in the chat. Mostly UK, although I am growing kind of an American audience, but Americans are more resistant because Americans want to see American trains. There's a lot of British channels like that. They want to see British trains. There's a lot of German channels like that. They want to see German trains. But I think Americans are a little more, they want to see American trains. So the Americans I get are people that I've friended, and out of friendship, they come here, or they like to see the other side of the world. But there isn't a quote best time, because the minute you pick what you consider a best time, you might be excluding part of your audience. For example, 3 o'clock, the time I go on, 3 o'clock Eastern time every Friday. Well, that's 9 o'clock in Western Europe. That's going to bedtime for some people, or wrapping up the evening. It's 8 o'clock in the UK. That's going out to the pubs, you know, going out to the Bierstube in Germany. You know, it's Friday night. They're out. And yet I got a large group of people with no lives who do come here because they don't go out, although many of them do. We have, but for an American audience, it's a horrible time because most Americans are working when I start my live stream. Some come in towards the end. But the number one thing is pick a day and a time and be consistent. I think once a week is enough. Now, I'm on twice a week because I do my live stream, but then I co-host on Artie's. But it's be consistent, but don't, if you can be consistent. Obviously, some people can't. Work schedules are crazy. Time off is schedule. It's hard to maintain that. That's why even Sidetrack Sunday has gone through the metamorphosis that it has gone through over the years, because guys' life and work schedules. And that's 4 guys only doing 1 show a month. But they start going, hey, I can't do Sunday nights anymore. And somebody had to come in and replace them. Or I've had a major life change and I can't do Sunday nights right now. And that's not even talking about the wonderful people that sadly have been fighting severe illnesses and can't do it. But there's always somebody on every day of the week. You're going to be in competition. The key is if you get out and about to channels and you're consistent, like I'm going to be every Wednesday, 7:00 as I can. Maybe it's every other Wednesday, 7:00 or something like that. I don't want to, I'm not trying to say you should, that's when you should do it, because I'm sure there's somebody on at Wednesday at 7:00 that I'm not aware of. Heath used to be, I think, 9:00 on Wednesdays. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I don't watch live streams. Tuesday and Wednesdays are nights that I dedicate to not being on YouTube channels. Got to devote some time to the family and life. Friday nights, I have my live stream, but I try to pop in and hang out at Dave because he's got an awesome live stream with a huge crowd on Fridays. Dave from Scott Rails. He's Friday at 9, and he goes for 4 hours. Now, I can't say much. I go for 3. But I do it once a week. But the thing is, make friends. The worst thing that YouTube does, and I will argue with anybody that says YouTube is blocking my channel or doing this or doing that. YouTube's not promoting my channel. YouTube wants to promote your channel because YouTube wants you to grow your channel. Now, yes, I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself when I say YouTube won't promote your channel as much if you're not doing all the things YouTube says you should do to draw viewers. I don't do a lot of things. I actually do a lot of things YouTube says I shouldn't do. And I refuse to do some of the things YouTube says I should. For example, YouTube won't promote my channel because I have my commercial channels, my commercial settings at minimum. I try to block them during my live stream. And YouTube's constantly emailing me. You would make more money. You would make more money. Your channel would grow better if you were doing this and allowed us to put mid-scroll ads and allowed us to do this and allowed us. And I'm like, nope. I am monetized on YouTube. So I have noticed that since their latest changes, I'm not getting as many views on most of my videos. And some of that is because I'm not allowing YouTube to make their money off of it. YouTube's not going to promote videos if they can't make money off of it. But it's not an intentional thing. We don't like you. It's if you don't do the things to get promoted, they won't promote. I don't do the things to get promoted. If I wanted views, Joyce could be down here in a French maid or a Wonder Woman outfit. And yeah, but what's that got to do with trains? And it would invite a whole different audience that we don't need or want. And we say that joke all the time. It's one of those things you just, you got to do this hobby for fun. You really do. And there are people that are big in this hobby and they don't have fun. And they're more concerned with views and growing than enjoying, And there are some people that say, well, you have to keep changing. You have to keep growing. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. And I'm the stone gathering moss because I buy new trains, but I work very slowly on my layout. I don't change much. I don't change the format. I have changed the format over the years. I had to discover myself. I had to discover exactly what I wanted my channel to be. And to be honest, I get fewer views now that I do that. When I was doing all the miracle and technical stuff, I was getting a lot of views. And now that I just do my songs and my comedies and my live stream and my, hey, here's the new train I got, I don't get the views, but that's not because people don't like me. Well, maybe it is, but it's also because I have all my settings to minimum. But the thing is, just to wrap up this babbling, it's not even a rant. It's just, it's not a topic you can answer easily. And I may have put Travis to sleep already. But there's a community here, but it's harder to grow. I've got many channels I'm friendly with that do talk to me offline about they're frustrated that their channel's not growing or that they feel they're communicating with people more than people reciprocate. And there's a lot of things. I mean, getting in front of a camera. Yes, there are things that will hold you back. I can give you, if you want more views, be in front of the camera. People want to connect with a human. But there are people that are too shy to do that. They'll even post videos, but they won't necessarily put certain things or themselves in the video because they don't want their identity seen, or maybe they have something that people pick on. Our friend Kieran J94 who just left, he talked about this in my live stream a few years ago. He got made fun of for his voice. So he rarely does videos, but when he does, he doesn't talk. It's all captions because several people harassed him about his voice. Now, I've heard Kieran in one of his videos. I don't see why anybody made fun of him, but some people are douchebags. And we can all say, oh, just ignore it, just ignore it. It's easy to say that, but I did a video a couple years ago on the concept of the straw that broke the camel's back. We all say, just ignore it, just ignore it, just ignore it. But you can hear it too many times and finally decide, I've had enough. And you see that channels lose their mojo. I don't lose my mojo for my Friday stream. I look forward to it because it's gathering with friends. And it's the flagship of my channel is my live stream. It's the main being on my live stream or on my channel. Some of you appreciate the comedy songs. Some of you like the Matt Clark stuff, and God, I got to get back to Matt Clark. I'm a third into a season that I started and haven't posted a follow-up episode since October. Sorry, guys. I did say I'd return in 2025. I didn't say I'd finish in 2025. But anyhow, I've discovered what I like to do, and people are welcome to like it or not like it. But if you want to live stream, it helps to run trains, to have trains to run, or to be working on something, building your layout and talking about it. But interact. Like there are a couple of people that I consider myself friends with that they do live streams, but then they forget to actually engage with the audience. Like I've ignored most of the audience and comments today. Sorry about that. Well, John, I thank you for that. I mean, to me, there is no best. I mean, a long time ago, I was in a live stream, and I don't want to call it out in any other way, and I'm not saying it because I agree with it, but I had become friends with Hot Dog Pilot Andy, and I went into a live stream and had not talked, and Andy and somebody else came in and said, people were asking about live streams and doing live streams. So, oh, you got to come into Anthony Dodge's. His is the best. And I personally don't think I'm the best, but I don't care. I'm not. What is the best? I'm here to have fun. I'm here to talk to friends and run my trains. And Lord knows, especially in the last couple of months, I've been fighting the gremlins. But I still have live streams where I fight the gremlins for 10 minutes and it's over. Then I had one a few weeks ago where the gremlins just kept going for 45 minutes, but I eventually beat them and get things sorted. And I get frustrated, and I've had so many lately that my temper is getting shorter. And I did, before I went to Germany, I had a live stream a couple of weeks before I went to Germany where I was dropping some F-bombs because I was getting fed up with it. I just wasn't in the mood. Other things were going on and I wasn't in the mood to deal with that. But I didn't quit live streaming, and I didn't quit the hobby or anything like that. I just get frustrated because I want to run my trains. And I put a lot of work in setting them up for each show. But yeah, so there is no, long story longer, there's no easy answer to what to do for a live stream. Be yourself, do your thing, But I think, at least on my channel, it's the people that like my channel, the people that hear and chat and watch it on replay. They're here because they like we share the joy, the love, the passion, the positives. And we can all commiserate with the negatives, but my thing is, I don't need to go to a live stream where somebody's being a professional. Here's how you do this and here's how you build this. I like that stuff. I'm interested in seeing how they do it. But the minute somebody gets that, I'm here to show you how this is to be done and how you work, I tune out a bit. Okay, there's tons of channels to teach me how to do something if I want to learn how to do it. The live streams I watch are the people that are just good chat. Just the people in the chat are good to chat with. The guy on the camera, the woman on the camera, great to chat with. But consistency and have what you are. The nice thing is every week I'm running 6 trains on a big layout. I'm lucky in this part of living in life. I get to run this and do this. And I just traveled to Germany and came home with a shitload of trains. I'm lucky in that regards. I cannot believe there is a 17-year-old inside of me that's eyes are just permanently like, this is not how we thought life was going to be. And in a good way, you know, the 17-year-old me, well, the 17-year-old me tried to kill himself. But there's a 17-year-old me that just, things turned out all right. Things actually went well. And is always stunned. Yeah, the thing is, the funniest thing, I'm a very shy person in reality. I'm a very shy person, but I spent 36 years standing in front of a classroom. And the best thing is I'm here in front of a camera screen, so I don't see the and the ers. If I had 400 people in here live and half of them were just mocking, like maybe some people are doing off camera, like this guy's a tool, then it would take it out of me. So it's easier for me to sit here and talk. I would rather talk to the people that like this channel in person. I'd rather be at a pub, hanging out with you guys, at a train show, looking around. But this is the best way. This is my only social. This is the most interaction I have with humans. Most of my week, I see my wife, my one daughter, my grandson. I'll see my other daughter 3 times a week, my grandson 3 or 4 times a week. I'll see my son-in-law once a week. And then my son and his wife who live, I see them maybe once every 2 months. Maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. So I don't have friends that I go to pubs with, that I go to movies with. They're all dead. YouTube's been my lifesaver because I have made friends. And even in that, I've already had a few die on me, which frustrates me and makes me paranoid, but and some not in good health. But again, number one is just, if you love this hobby, share it. Forget about being nervous. Forget about feeling you have to put on a perfect show. There will be enough people that, if you're a likable person, there will be enough people that gravitate to you. It's just so, it may take a long time to grow, or you may never get more than 30 or 40 people watching. And again, the worst thing you can do is keep comparing to other channels or me. I could drive myself crazy if I was comparing, because I've got 3,000 viewers. I broke 3,000 viewers before I went 3,000 subscribers. Holy crap, I've got 3,000 subs. And if I mention that to some people, they're like, wow, that's impressive. And then I look at other people, they got 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000 subs. And I go, no, it's not. It's nothing. But I get friends that have 200 subs that look at my 3,000 subs and go, that's a Mount Everest for them. So I get it because I was down there too. I never thought I'd break 500 or 1,000 or 3,000. I never thought I'd get there. But funny thing is, if you go back 3 years ago and look at the average views on my videos when I was doing the Miracle and Outsider, look at the views on those videos versus the views on the videos I post now, I have a lot less views now because I don't do serious. I'm not doing, here's how you do this and here's how you do that. I'm just, here's my trains. Aren't they fun? And so a certain crowd gravitates. But your number one goal should be, if you want to live stream, why do you want to live stream? Ask yourself, why do you want to live stream? And if it's just to commune with people by going into their live streams, chatting up, getting known, have videos that people can come and check your channel out, kind of get an idea of who you are. And then, yes, if you can, be in front of the camera a few times so that we know who you are as a person. And lastly, make sure that person they see as you see me is the person they would see if they met you at a train show. I think Joyce and I do that. I think anybody who's ever met Joyce and me would say what you see on the camera is what you get in reality. That there's no difference other than I probably talk a lot less when I'm in public. Unless you get me on the right topic at times. But number one rule with a live stream, be nervous. Be scared. That's reality. Be real. Do your thing. Have fun. Go with it. You will get used to it and be less scared and feel less negative about it as you get comfortable with it. You look at me in my first few live streams. Yeah, I was a professional speaker for 36 years, standing in front of people talking. So maybe I slid into it, but I was also talking in a field where I didn't know a damn thing. And everybody watching me knew a fuck of a lot more than I did. And that's intimidating because usually when I was standing in front of a crowd, I knew more than they did. So standing in front of a camera and talking about a topic you know nothing of, that you're just learning, to a whole bunch of people who know a whole lot more than you, that's pretty scary. And yet I got through it. And you can go back to some of the old videos I did on Miracle or the Model Train Outsider and read some of the negative comments. You don't have a fucking clue of what you're talking about. I was like, no, I probably don't. So yeah. Hey, Dominic. Hello. Yeah, I'm already 20 some minutes into this. I wonder if that little message I got was Joyce saying, Anthony. Yes, that's Joyce. Honey, I'm hungry. I don't know what I know. I know I don't know enough, but I'm happy with what I know. And if I don't learn another thing in this hobby, it's not going to bother me. Because I know how to run loops of trains. And I can always get another train and run the loop. And to me, that's the coolest thing, along with meeting people. But yeah, this is my social hour. And it's what I look forward to this every week, even when my trains are acting up. I'll be going, God, I hope my trains work great this week. I hope my trains work great this week. And I'll get frustrated if it starts off and they're not. But I'm not like, that's it. I'm not doing any more live streams. It's like, no, I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. See how the crew reacts. Who's going to come in? What funny topic is going to come up? Are we going to have a rant session? Are we going to talk music again? Are we going to talk food again? Are we going to talk train companies or We're going to fight about how a certain thing in trains is defined, et cetera, et cetera. And I didn't even talk about World Cup, but there's that. So on that note, I probably should get going. Joyce is hungry. And I'll be on her channel eventually. A bunch of our holiday videos will go up once I get done editing them. Again, I have a nice, in my opinion, nice set of videos of many of these train shops we visited. And they're beautiful people. And if we can support them any way we can, that would be great. But I'm back home, almost back to normal. It was lovely to see a lot of you guys here. And I know we didn't get a lot of people yet. You're getting some exciting new sugar and spice. Yeah, I've been seeing the videos. It's just, it's not my thing I'm not going to get into the show, but I do like seeing what you're doing with it. So yeah, just, be yourself, have fun on the camera, and share yourself, because in the end, that's what draws me to a channel. Okay. If you're selling a product, even if you are the product, but you're selling it, share the love, have fun with it, share the fun, the joy, so that even if we fuck up, we can laugh at the fuck ups and have joy. I've had to take abuse for 4 years about my Fowler car system, and it is working. I just got other shit to do now. But yeah. So anyhow, Joyce is starving. I better get going. So thank you all for coming out, hanging out. I did get through 3.5 hours. So until then, I'm going to say, Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, and happy trains. Take care, everybody.